You have 10 minutes to respond to this message before I go and walk down the aisle. It's not too late. Let me know.
You make this video right before you get married? Now, if you don't understand, this is Morgan Wallen, famous country singer, whatever. This woman right here thought it would be a good idea to send a message, one last message to Morgan Wallen saying, hey, if you see this, I'm yours if you give me before I walk down the aisle. What? Now some people are going to say, hey, this is a joke. This is a joke. What kind of joke is that?
It's not a joke. If she truly loved him, she wouldn't be doing something like this. Just imagine if she posted something like this on her wedding day. Maybe her husband would find out. It shows that even if she's with someone, she can easily be tempted by another man and risk breaking the relationship. This is a clear example of women who don't respect a man's time, effort, and loyalty. They take it for granted and don't appreciate what's being done for them. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your comment down below.
I'm 40 years old and I wanted to buy a drink.
You want to buy me a drink? I would love to get a drink with you. Let's do it. She said she could be my mom, but it's not going to be. What's your story?
My story, I'm married.
You're married? Okay.
I'm married for many years to the same guy. I love my husband, but I also am here.
You're here.
And I can do what I want.
You're allowed to do whatever you want, but you're married. He's okay with that. How does that work? Why?
It's a lot of questions you're asking now.
Okay,
But it works. Like, it's no problem.
Okay, I like that. I like the open-mindedness.
And I also like younger guys.
You like younger guys? Okay. That's your thing. Yeah, I like that. You again? Oh no, I got it. Oh, no. I won't let you. It's our first date. Give me a reason to come back to Oslo.
Next time you come, I will show you Oslo for a few days.
Okay, I would love that.
I'm leaving now.
You're leaving?
Yeah.
So great meeting you. You are amazing. You're so sweet. I can't wait to see you next time. Okay, I'll be back soon.
Thank you for your visit.
Thank you so much. All right, I'll see you soon. Okay, great meeting you. Oh my God, what the hell is going on? Was that the craziest shit that just happened? She is married. Her husband lets her do whatever she wants.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Let me just say something. You cannot stop anyone's desires. You don't own people. You don't own your partner. Okay? Let your partner do whatever the fuck they want, even if it's killing you. Okay? Let me explain. Clearly, you set boundaries in your relationship. Fine. If they break the boundary, you know where you stand. Either you stay or you leave. Okay? But you telling them, oh, I don't want you to go here. I don't want you to go there. Why are you out till 3 a.m.? Why aren't you texting me? How long did it take to get you back? Like, no. Okay? Stop doing that. You're stressing yourself out. If someone is going to do something, they're going to do it. You are not stopping them. Okay? If a person respects and values you, they won't do it in the first place. This is why I'm saying let people do what they do. So like that, you see what they rather do to see if they're going to respect you or not respect you. And like I said, that's up to you whether to stay or leave if they do disrespect you. Because like I said, you cannot stop someone's desires. Yeah, you can stop them from going places, but if they want to find a way, they're going to find a way. Okay? Stop blowing up their phone. Stop texting them back to back to back. Stop acting crazy. The shit is not cute. You know, it's just, you're stressing yourself out. And for nothing, because this person is going to do it regardless. So for that, sit back, watch, and value yourself. That's it.
This is how relationships get broken apart. When you give your wife too much free will and act like everything is fine, she will have the courage to cheat. When a man loses connection with his wife and says she can do anything she wants and calls it true love, that is not love. That is blindness painted with lipstick. A good man should watch over his wife, take care of her, know what time she will be back, and not let anyone deceive him. Saying, let your wife do anything she wants, is a lie. Always keep an eye on your wife before she gets snatched by the eagle.
You're a loser.
Wow.
How am I supposed to be with you when I got these men all the time in my DMs offering me luxury cruises, mansions, all this different stuff, and then I come home to you playing video games in your underwear?
It was good when we first started dating.
That's 7 years ago. I've grown as a person, and you haven't. I've outgrown you.
Wow. So after all these years, you have to tell me that about getting pregnant by another man? We couldn't separate we couldn't have this conversation before we got to this part?
Things happen, but
I had to find out you was pregnant?
You weren't taking
How low
care
of you?
of me.
That's low.
You were not. The bottom line is that you were not taking care of me.
I'm a hard-working man.
I into another man's arms.
I'm a hard-working man. I gave you everything you asked for me. What more you want?
I'm in here splitting half of these bills. You're not taking care of me.
The rent is $4,000.
So? A real man could pay that $4,000 and then some. I should be in the hills somewhere. You know, this is expensive. I gotta maintain the Botox. You know, like, you don't want me looking older. I gotta take care of myself. You don't pay for that. You have all these expectations on me that you can't even provide.
They always require more than what they ask for. A good woman will not demand more than what she truly wants from you. But most women today keep asking, and even when you give them what they say they want, they still want more. That's why many men get tired. Because no matter what he brings to the table, it is never enough for her. But a good woman stands by her man, appreciates what he does, and doesn't treat him like a walking wallet or a never-ending provider. At the end of the day, the truth is simple. A woman who values you won't drain you. She will build with you.
Do we need men?
Do I personally need a man? No. Does the world need women, men alike? Yeah.
Well, if the world and society needs men, don't you two need men?
I am completely okay with going off-grid, living on an island in peace.
How would you get to the island?
Build a boat.
You would build the boat yourself?
Yeah.
Where would you get the materials to build the boat? Like Home Depot?
Chop down trees.
You would chop down trees?
Why not?
With what tool?
A chainsaw. You can make an axe.
You would make the axe yourself? You
Where I
wouldn't just go
needed to.
buy it at Home Depot?
No.
So just to be clear, where would you get the metal from? Would you smelt the metal yourself too?
You don't necessarily need metal.
I'm sorry, is
but-
metal not a component of an axe?
You don't necessarily need a metal axe.
But you said you would get an axe.
If I had to make one with the materials I had
cut down the
available
tree.
to me,
You'd cut down a tree.
would you rather I...
That's how most modern women think, saying they don't need a man. But the truth is, when you look around, almost all the jobs that build the world are done by men. Hard work, the dangerous work, the long hours. It's men who sign up for it, not most women. So when some women say, "I don't need a man," they think it means independence. But in reality, it's the safety, the protection, and the comfort created by men that makes them feel that way. It's easy to talk about not needing a man when you're living in a world built and protected by men. Independence sounds powerful, but true strength is knowing we all rely on each other, and pretending otherwise is just an illusion.
I haven't made a pretty privilege post in a while, and I think I'm going to make one right now. You ready? I used to have pretty privilege. I used to have preferential treatment from the opposite sex, and I used to probably get a lot more attention than maybe I should have. Who does she think she is? She's not pretty, she's ugly. Have a day off, Karen. I love that name, Karen, by the way, so no shade on you guys. Looking at myself back in time with my adult eyes and understanding the true value of my youth and who I was and how it was lost on me is really funny, because I used to think that I'd never get here. And here's not even bad. You know, I know that I'm attractive within my own limitations, and I know I'm not all that, she's not all that, but I'm doing okay. What I'm trying to say to you is, one day I looked at myself and I was doing this. There was no more pretty privilege, and yeah, I wasn't getting preferential treatment anymore. But I'm here to say to you that you are absolutely gorgeous in every era of your life. And if you think 10 years from now, you'll be looking at today thinking, I wish I was there. And there's always something you can do to fix it. Don't you worry, or I can fix it.
Is there anyone else out there in their 40s like me who feels kind of invisible? Like, I'm not as cute as I was in my 20s and 30s. I'm definitely not as fit as I was in my 20s and 30s. I don't have as much hair as I used to have. It's literally falling off like the top of my head. Oh! Ah! It's falling off the top of my head. I just spit everywhere. Not as graceful as I used to be. And like the hair that is growing back in, it's gray, which is fine. I'm good with going gray. I've had this gray streak in my hair for a really long time and I've just been rocking it. But like, I don't have any more eyebrows. I don't have any more eyelashes. I just don't feel pretty anymore. Who else is out there who feels this way? Because it can't just be me. But also I feel like there needs to be this whole revolution of women like us on social media to prove to everyone that we're still here and we're still valid and we're still relevant.
Married at first sight, middle-aged woman gets ignored. Shocker. Who would have thought a woman in her 50s being totally invisible to everybody else in the room? So last night on Married at First Sight in England, if you're in Australia, you're obviously ahead, no spoilers, please in my comments. Marina had to do the ranking the men in order of who she found attractive. And interestingly, she put some of the men at the end of the pile of the list because they had ignored her at the dinner party. They hadn't spoken a word to her. And if you're a woman in your 50s, this will be no surprise to you whatsoever. FYI, Marina is 57, I think. Hands up if you've ever been invisible. The irony, of course, is when you're younger, you get unwanted attention, you are visible, and sometimes that's lovely and sometimes it's not warranted, not wanted, but the minute you get into your 50s, you literally become invisible. And some women find this empowering, finally people stop harassing you. But for some, it's just a bit weird. You go from being visible to invisible just because you turn 50. And what was a real shame was her husband, Tony, didn't pick up on the fact that she commented that the men, she just felt ignored. He just sort of said that she talked too much and his brain went off to things that he was interested in. Probably because he hadn't become invisible. So he had no, idea of what that feels like. So it wasn't really surprising that she experienced this, but it was really interesting to see it on the television. I hear from women all the time saying how they feel invisible, but to see it on my screen, and it was so frustrating because the guys that she said had ignored her were like Billy, for example, who is coming across so well. And it's such a shame that he ignored her. Tell me in the comments, are you a woman in your 50s? Are you ignored? Do you like it? Do you actually celebrate? Finally! Nobody notices you. I'm really loving having an older couple in the experiment. I'd like to see more of them because actually how they navigate the process, navigate love, particularly love again, later in life is really fascinating to watch. So I'm really hoping they get more airtime. Lorena, you're not invisible to me.
Most women over 50 are now wondering why they suddenly feel invisible to men. Back in their 20s, they had options everywhere. Men approaching, attention coming from every direction, but they didn't value it. They thought it would last forever. Now, years have passed. Time moved fast, and the same men they ignored have already built their lives, started families, or moved on with purpose. Those men aren't waiting for anyone to come back. So when these women look around in their 50s and ask, "Where are the men?" the truth hits hard. The opportunities they once had are gone, and the men they wanted are no longer available. That's why they feel invisible. Not because men suddenly changed, but because time did. So fellas, that's the end of the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one.